Welcome back to Doc Tales with Cocktails. We had a little pre-gaming going on there, which we may or may not include. We'll see.
Save that for the paid edition.
That's right.
That's right. Paid sponsors.
We need a paywall.
We do.
We need a paywall.
That's actually a brilliant idea, so that you can pay up to watch all of Tim's shenanigans and his Sean Connery impersonation.
Yeah, they're terrible. Jordan Peterson's better, though, I think.
Yeah.
What, you're just going to indiscriminately... No, then they go into an Irish accent.
It sounds like...
Because it's almost an Irish accent.
Almost a leprechaun.
Jordan Peterson is almost an Irish accent. What are you going to do? You're just going to screw all these women and get VD and your dick's going to fall off? What kind of life is that? That's not meaningful. That's not in the Bible. Even though I'm not sure I believe, but Carl Jung's, he was quite a Lothario,
It's quite a talent.
No, he wasn't. I just made that up.
Maybe if you
I have no idea
quit
about
being
Carl
a doctor, you could audition for SNL with all your little accents you got.
Yeah, because when you look at me and my physique, the first thing you think of is Jordan Peterson, who's like 6'6" and 100 pounds. My head weighs more than Jordan Peterson's legs. So... that wouldn't work.
They put you in a costume.
Okay, so first story. We have been going to quite a few shows, and it's been really fun. And May loves Evanescence.
Define shows for these people.
Concerts.
Yes.
For me, shows are concerts. So
concerts. Well, somebody might be thinking plays, opera.
Ooh,
please.
Oklahoma where the wind goes. Yeah, no, we don't do that very often. So May went to Evanescence. I was working, and one of the openers was Spiritbox, which is a Canadian heavy metal band that has a female singer. And what's her name again? I keep forgetting.
So her name's Courtney LaPlante. And so I got totally fascinated because the first two bands, one was Nova Twins from Britain. And then we saw that Spiritbox was another one. And my friends and I, we don't know who these people are. We're just going for Evanescence. We'll show up late. We got there. And I have to say, it was a bit of a shock because we're outside at the amphitheater. And I'm like, what's happening? It's a goth festival because there were so many people in goth, like whiteface, even the whole bit. Is that a thing, whiteface, compared to blackface? Painted white, thick, the black eyeliner.
It's not compared to anything. Actually.
Or I don't know. And I thought, Amy Lee is not really that goth. This is a bit extreme. What are we walking into? So we sit down. So Spiritbox is the second band, start playing at 8:00. And at first I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. It's kind of very melodic. And the next thing I know, I'm like looking, because we were way at the back, I'm looking at the stage and I see this person with like a long dark hair screaming, doing the guttural, I call Cookie Monster screaming, or cats in a barrel. That's how I equate it to. I'm like, this is awful. And then I thought, I think that's a girl. And so we look at each other, and then she breaks into this beautiful, her vocals are as beautiful as Amy Lee's from Evanescence. And I'm like, what? And then she's screaming again, and the crowd's eating it up.
And she could just switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Literally, this is like, Terry Fader, the ventriloquist, who, like, the little head is talking, and then Terry's talking, and it's like beautiful singing, very melodic, and then straight into the guttural thing.
Yeah, and that song is called Circle of Me, which, when I FaceTime with our son the other night, he's just like, oh, that's great, you got to see her. Yeah, that's a great song. A lot of the songs are just full out that Cookie Monster screaming. You can't understand anything. It wasn't my thing. But then, so I'm telling Tim about it this weekend when we were driving in the car. I'm like, you got to witness this. So I found the video of her doing this in studio where she goes in between the screams and the, what do they call it? Between just the regular vocals. The singing and the screams, just off and on. And it's really, I have to respect the talent. And then today we found a video of her it was a Q&A where people ask her all about it, how she protects her voice, how she had to practice.
It's a huge deal. It's like it's like MMA of singing. Like you have to.
So it's a talent.
Because you can destroy your voice. Like from a medical perspective, it's insane.
Right. So I respect it as a style. Just as opera is a style. It's not my thing. I wish she would just sing straight. But so the other night when we were with some friends, we had to show them what this was. And so we're playing the video for them because they'd never heard of it either. And we were kind of laughing and joking about how.
Well, I mean.
What did you say?
I said, can you imagine?
Your wife
so she's married to the bass player.
Yes.
And I said, can you imagine being married to that? Like, here's this very cute, blonde woman, petite, whatever, sings like an angel. And then, like, after 2 or 3 days of marriage and you leave your underwear on the floor, you just hear that, pick up your shit, hamper, put it in the hamper, and you're like, you'd be like calling 911, you're calling 911, it's like, what's the nature of your emergency? I need an exorcist for my wife, please, and bring in fire extinguisher of holy water. Thank you. Because seriously, like it is literally, like what she can do is unbelievable.
It sounds like demon possession.
Well, I don't know what demon possession sounds like.
Well, you don't.
But it sounds like what I would imagine demon possession to sound.
Didn't Linda Blair do that in?
She did.
Yeah.
And she puked. She puked. Well, you understand that The Exorcist is based on a true story.
There you go.
Did you know that?
There you go. I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, because it was from the 1940s. It was a boy, not a girl. But it was this crazy manifestation and exorcism, and it was quite well documented. And then the author, who was actually a devout Catholic, wrote the book. And he wrote it not so much as being like this titillating thriller, but like this actually exists, and here's a fictionalized version of what actually happened.
Oh, they should have put that as one of the books and the movies on that drop the ball game show you watch. Oh, no, we watch. I'm digressing because we watched this new game show last night. Anyway.
But I remember this so vividly because that was, what was The Exorcist, 72 or 73, something like that? So I was, 7, 8 years old. And my dad, who had never seen the movie, but of course is like the respected doctor and has to, as part of the ministry, go to church about how this is so awful and you shouldn't go see The Exorcist. And I'm like, well, why not just how about not attracting attention to this? Like, this is so awful. People are vomiting and leaving and they're so freaked out and all this. And I'm like, why are we even talking about this? But, I'm 8. Like, seriously, that is literally how, like, fundamentalist I grew up. It's like my dad was going, like, a speaking circuit.
Oh, you're kidding.
About how bad The Exorcist is. Have you seen the movie, sir? No, but I know it's bad.
Yeah, they're talking about drawing attention to it, right?
Well, right. It's like the guys when The Last Temptation of Christ came out, and there was a perfect opportunity with that movie to see it, critique it, and direct people to Christ. Like, clearly. Because the whole point was, it was the last temptation of Christ. So what was the first 3 temptations, right? It was to break the fast and eat, to have the power of the world given to him as he starts his ministry, and I can't remember the third in the desert. Well, what would the last temptation be? Well, the last temptation would be to come off the cross. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what the story was about. The last temptation of Christ would be to not redeem humanity and come off the cross. But of course, they added all this extra stuff where he had a physical relationship with Mary Magdalene or whatever, and fundamentalists lost their mind. And I'm like, no, go see it, criticize it logically, criticize the art, and then have a logical discussion about how, yes, you know what? The last temptation of Christ probably was to come off the cross, and he didn't, which is awesome. But no, it's like when we went to the Book of Mormon, the play, which is horrific as far as how it rips Mormons. Like, it's really bad in that regard. Like, it goes through the theology. It's very profane, et cetera, et cetera. And, we're not Mormons, but we walked outside, and there was Mormons standing outside the theater handing out the Book of Mormon with signs that said, now you've seen the play.
Yeah,
now you can read the real thing.
Read the real book.
And I said, and they're all smiling, and they got their elder, Bob thing on. I was like, look, as much as I reject Mormonism, I really respected their approach because that's the correct approach.
Well, so you should have had somebody outside the concert handing out, I don't know, nursery
free holy water.
Free holy water. No,
but seriously,
it was an unexpected surprise. to say the least. But
no, but I'm glad you got exposed to that because you're expanding your horizons a little bit here.
I listen to all kinds of music, a lot more than you do.
Dude, it took me 10 years to get you to like Tool, though. Like, that was...
Yeah, but who... Like,
that was a very, very slow, deliberate... That, dude,
I know.
that took a long time.
Well, do you listen to opera?
No.
Classical music? Yeah.
Some. Baroque is basically heavy
country.
metal. There's a little bit of country, but not much.
My musical horizons are much broader than yours.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. I like two things passionately: heavy metal and yacht rock, and that makes no sense at all.
He's got 2 channels, yeah. And if I have to
2 channels.
If I have to listen to Christopher Cross anymore,
no, dude, and it's like I tell you, nothing is that you cannot have a better mix than Metallica, followed by Megadeth, by Iron Maiden, and then to just mellow it out, you get a little bit of Chris Cross. And then the kings of all kings in yacht rock, my favorite, Steely Dan. Like, how do you not respect that?
Well, where's the T-shirt?
I don't have a
Please do not send him any
that's it.
yacht rock T-shirts.
Father's Day is coming. My birthday is coming. Send me a Steely Dan. Aja, like the cover of that album was great. That would be a great shirt.
I'm sure I can make that happen. Much Steely to my dismay.
I'm reeling in the years. Anyways, next story. So 2 nights ago, I came home. We were in Orlando at a friend's birthday party. We stayed over. We drove home, and then we watched hockey at another friend's house, which was amazing. We watched the Carolina Hurricanes. I was going to say Panthers, but that's football. The Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup, which was great. We were quite excited. We're keeping the cup on the East Coast of the United States. And in the South, which is also very, very good now, because we're total bandwagon jumpers in that regard. And then I figured, well, I'll watch the end of the little...
Well, you guys were flipping channels.
A little bit, yeah.
And then, in the game, because you had to watch the circus at the White House, as I called it.
I'm going to watch a little bit of the UFC thing, right? So I didn't watch the beginning. I guess the beginning was amazing. Like when they had the flyby, they had all of the Angels, all of the Blue Angels, and all of the Thunderbirds in one formation. It was really cool.
Very patriotic.
Very patriotic. And then the last fight with Gaethje and Topuria, it was absolutely unbelievable. I'm like, I don't care how tired I am the next day at work. I am watching the end of this. It was absolutely spectacular. And they literally, I mean...
Well, you stayed up till it was over.
It was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And so then, this morning, I woke up, and it was delightful.
But wait. You just jumped right into that like that's a normal event. Like there's an MMA fight on the White House lawn.
Yes, but I'm getting to that. Just be patient, please. So then...
That's my middle name.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I mean, in a way, it's kind of ridiculous. It's like, they did this, but in a way, it's really cool. Because so much of the country connects to this, and Trump's just like... It's the 250th anniversary. It's my 80th birthday. Let's just freaking get it on, right? And it was wild because there was this massive storm that was coming in, and it would have wiped it out. Like it wasn't like it was going to drizzle. It was going to pour. Mm-hmm. And they had kind of a tent over the octagon. But if it was raining sideways, it would have It would have been all canceled. So there was all these lefties on social media freaking out, like praying that this would happen. And this is the honest truth. What happened was, the storm is coming straight at Washington, D.C. They delayed the start by an hour. The storm parted, went exactly south of D.C. and exactly north of D.C. Like the Red frickin' Sea, it parted for Trump's 80th birthday party and the UFC extravaganza. You can see, it was posted today, you can see the weather radar. And it is literally like the only thing missing from the weather radar, because there's this massive cell south and a massive cell north and DC in the middle. The only thing missing is Charlton Heston holding a frickin' staff. Like that's literally what happened. Well, I prayed to God. I'm not a very good Christian, maybe not a Christian at all. Any part of this storm for my 80th birthday, because like Saint Dana. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate you.
I'm surprised he hasn't come out and said that.
No, it was out. So that happened, right? So it was completely mental. So then I wake up this morning to the delight. One of our favorite Substack authors is Jenna McCarthy.
Yes.
And she is great.
Please come on the show.
Oh, Jenna is just spectacular. She's
or
so
someone
funny.
that knows her could get her on the show.
So this is what she writes. she's quoting from the New York Times. This is a quote from the New York Times. Money, ego, gore, vanity, hype, and the flash of the camera, all mixing on the south lawn of the White House. The Gray Lady gas. So the Gray Lady is the New York Times. Eruptions of casual cruelty, cockfighting with men as birds, a rare pageant of pain. Fighters were filmed warming up barefoot in the Indian treating room, which they did. They walked out of the White House. The last two guys for the main event walked through the Oval Office.
Wow.
Out. I mean, it was so freaking cool. It was unreal. So then she writes about reading this New York Times piece. This piece reads like news coverage, less like news coverage and more like a Yelp review of the apocalypse. She's so brilliant. She's so good. So literally, so all these lefties were absolutely freaking out. Right? It's violence. It's like, of course it's violence. I mean, hello. Do you know why? Do you know why violence? Because we love. I went to bed and I was thinking about this.
What birthed America? Violence.
We love violence. Do you know why we love violence? Because it's an unbelievably effective tool. It doesn't mean everything should be violent. It doesn't mean you should celebrate senseless violence. But you should celebrate violence.
That to me is...
That's appropriate.
Yeah, we've had this discussion so much because I do not like MMA stuff. My girlfriend loves it. I'm like, to me, it's senseless violence.
That's
fighting for this, just the sake of... I get there's war or someone needs to be put in their place, but fighting for the sake of, it's just sport and entertainment. I do not get it. Especially because after that last... I didn't see it, but you told me what happened to the last guy.
I think he broke the Perez ribs. I'm pretty sure from watching it. But
like
again,
boxing, you got a helmet on, you got the gloves.
Not in real boxing.
They don't. No, in Olympic boxing.
Because it's Olympics. They gotta, kind of gay everything up a little bit.
Oh, and we're gonna get flack for you saying that word.
Because the haters will be out. You said gay.
You might have to bleep.
You used the word retarded. Are you supposed to be a doctor?
We're gonna have to bleep it all out.
It's like it takes away from your professionalism. I'm in a Megadeth t-shirt drinking vodka and Red Bull out of a Buc-ee's cup. This isn't exactly the peak of professionalism. Like,
it's
what was your
first
clue? Like, literally using the word retarded is like the last clue in you don't look professional. My entire career has been committed to not looking professional. I mean, it's like the Chris Farley character on Saturday Night Live. People say I have bad personal hygiene, that I scare the children, that I'm morbidly obese, that I spit when I talk. I mean, it's like, really? You're going to criticize me for one word because it discredits my professionalism.
Oh, I know.
I'm like,
anyway.
Seriously, that is, okay. I won't get a Mike Tyson face tattoo. That's one thing I won't do.
I know.
Everything else, you never know.
Well, just give me a license to punch you then.
Right. So the lefties lost their mind. And then, of course, she's comparing this like to Biden, right? Like where Biden had that big Trans Day of Awareness where they had that man, the topless man with the fake breasts that looked kind of feminized, strutting around with the entire White House, the People's House, all draped in gay pride flags. And I'm like, if I get a choice, I'm going to pick the 12 jets flying over the White House while the Marine Band sings the Star Spangled Banner and like 8 guys beat the living shit out of each other. God bless America, baby.
It's definitely a man's world out there.
Well,
Well, maybe.
But again, like when you look at the power, like what makes nations great, and people don't like reality. They think it's soft power. Mm-hmm. They think, your economy, whatever. Well, it does to a degree, but ultimately, soft power only means something if it's backed up by real hard power.
True.
Well, what's real hard power? Sorry to disappoint, but it's guns and bombs and airplanes and the ability to extend and beat the crap out of somebody physically and kill them is what backs up all your soft power. So, these arrogant Canadian friends of mine say, well, we have to be softer and gentler. If you want to not have a country, and you want to be taken over, because in the history of mankind, that's never, ever worked.
Yeah, no, that's the door. You're a doormat that'll get stepped on and swept away really quickly.
It's like the Romans. They decided that they're going to outsource their entire society because nothing could ever conquer the Roman Empire. So let's take non-Roman citizens, I don't know, maybe slaves, and make them fight wars. Oh, you armed the slaves.
Oh, great.
Guess what just happened? There's no more Rome.
Exactly.
It's just
wow.
like literally.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you're prepping for the 250th.
Yes, because I love America and Buc-ee's too.
Are we gonna have we should set up our own little ring in the front lawn then. That'll go over great.
And who am I gonna fight?
I don't know. You and the neighbor can just spar it out.
Yeah, that's good. Like, and which neighbor are we gonna pick for me to fight with?
You guys can mud wrestle then.
Like,
how about Jello wrestling? I'd pay money for that.
Okay, you can do the Jello wrestling. That's like I did tons of work in the little town we worked in with the wrestling team because they were unbelievably good. Like they were one of the best wrestling teams probably in the country, for sure, in Oregon. And man, I'd flick so much crap to the coach. I'd be like, it's wrestling. Where the hell's the Jello? You call this a sport? It's like, but anyways. Okay,
so
well, we've kicked that to death. What's the next thing? We're going to talk about the
what
Menopause.
Else is on your
Menopause Barbie.
That's right. I found a new Barbie, theme Barbie online for Tim. He hasn't seen all of it because he was making fun of the special needs Barbie.
The retardie?
The retardie. And so, yeah, check this one out. There's a new Menopause Barbie, which is, for all of us women, we need our own.
Meet your new best friend. It's Menopause Barbie. She comes with a fan for hot flushes, antidepressants, HRT tablets, and wax strips for her hairy chin. Other accessories include chocolate bars, panty liners, a cat, some glasses, some spot cream, and some Vagisil. Don't forget the sleeping tablets. Menopause Barbie is prone to outbreaks of crying for no reason whatsoever, or she might just shout at you for no reason whatsoever, and then she'll have a drink. Get Menopause Barbie today.
I'm like,
that is so perfect.
What's with the cat? I don't get that. What? Oh, we all need a black cat when we go through menopause.
Well, and then she just does her Sean Connery. Thank you, pussy. Yes. That is. I love the British accent. It just makes it. We did a whole show on accents one time, and how like the British accent, you can say the dumbest stuff and you sound smarter. But then if you use an American Southern accent, you can be like an absolute genius, like figuring out quantum computing, and you sound kind of dumb.
Yeah, like that's just
so weird.
It's just
but anyways, menopause.
That's just prejudice. But I love the British accent. But Menopause Barbie, I love that one. That's.
There's some. That's why AI should exist. It shouldn't exist to do all of our jobs and take our creativity and whatnot. It should exist to make videos like that and make videos of Labrador retrievers playing like in a rock band.
Exactly.
I love those. You know, it's like the little paws are playing. Well, look at that. It's not even playing pick style bass. It's playing finger style bass. Like, that's amazing.
It gets some extra thumbs.
Yeah, they have a problem with the no thumbs. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's all good. So what's the last story we have here? Oh, my nose. What did I get into? I'm so itchy.
It's probably that toxic juice you're putting in your system.
Yes, it's like, Dr. Hyman, don't you know Red Bull vodka is poison? Yes!
I know.
But it is delicious poison.
I literally gave him crap because he's not drinking Ormino water.
I drink tons of Ormino water.
You
It's
do.
all I drink. Well, other than this. And coffee.
That's a faux pas. That's not all you drink.
It's mostly all I drink.
Yeah. Well, speaking of drink, we like to feature a cocktail of the week. And so I found a great new cocktail for you all to check out. I think he stole my idea because I posted a couple years ago when I was having my colonoscopy. I documented all of my drinking,
Your
prep, and the experience other than the procedure itself. So instead of, I think I put mine in a wine cup and was chugging it down. You got to check out this video. I think this is genius.
This entire series started because of a Family Guy joke. So today we're finally making the pina colada. First ingredient is souffle. We're going to be measuring out 2 ounces. Pineapple syrup. I'm going to put in 3/4 ounce. Lime juice, 1 ounce. 2 ounces of coconut water. Ice. Time to shake. We have our frozen hurricane glass, and we're gonna pour in the entire contents, including the ice. This is something called a dirty dump, which I'm sure you'll be taking a couple of after this cocktail. Some more ice.
Brilliant.
Some garnishes here. Cheers. That is delicious. I could see myself drinking some of these poolside. By the bathroom, of course.
He is a gastroenterologist, I believe. I thought that was just genius how he did the whole thing.
Incredibly well done.
And putting that lime juice as well as the coconut water really does aid in the solute load that goes into your colon.
Prep is essentially drinking salty soap. I mean, that's kind of what it is.
Pretty much.
And it's very salty.
Or salty Gatorade.
And
which does the same job.
Well, and the volume is so insane that, that's what makes you sick, is you got to drink so much of it. If you drink that much of water, I mean, I remember drinking this and going, I don't care what I'm drinking. If I drank this amount of anything, I'd be kind of sick.
I know.
Of just plain water.
The part that I don't understand, and we're in the medical business, and my sister actually worked in the endoscopy suite, is every gastroenterologist has a different prep method, and some still give you those 2 gallons of fluid. Other people are just doing the Sutabs, there's 8 of them that they consume, and then a couple glasses of whatever, and then other people are just doing a liter. So I'm like, give me the least amount of fluid that has to go into my stomach, because it literally sloshes around, makes my stomach distended, and I get sick from the volume, not just all the cramping and intensity going on. But it kind of boggles my mind that they all have these different, they don't stick to a new regimen. They all got their different things that they go back and forth on too. I would like the answer to that. What is that?
Because I'm an idiot, I actually scheduled a colonoscopy a day after a 13-hour shift.
Yes, he did. I totally forgot about that.
And I was doing the prep at work.
Yes.
And still seeing 40 patients.
And I'm sure your coworkers and the nurses were really happy about that.
Well, the one nurse was like, oh, don't you love it? You get all decompressed and cleaned out. I'm like, no, I'm blowing up from all this fluid and it's awful.
And the staff bathroom was totally occupied all day long by Tim.
Pretty much. Yep, that's done. Yeah, I've done a few things like that.
I
worked 13 hours after a kidney stone in the middle of the night. I did that.
Oh, the stories I could tell.
I worked an entire day with a ruptured appendix.
And how far did you run after your vasectomy?
4 miles. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like the 1 or 2 miles at the beginning was enough. I'm like, I got to finish this workout.
And now he needs plastic surgery on his taint.
Yeah, well, doesn't everyone want that? Maybe I'll start with laser.
Yes, there you go.
Be like the Sean Connery laser.
Laser perineal tightening. That's what you need.
Oh, no, I don't need that at all.
There was, I think I'm going to save that for next week. We're talking about tightening and the perineal area. We did find a great video about waxing that we should probably share, but we'll save that.
Yes. We're gonna stop now, but next week we will bring you the manscaping?
It's definitely a manscaping video. Mm-hmm.
Manzillion. Yes. Next week, tune in next week, kids. Same bat time, same bat channel, where we talk about the manzillion.
It gives me great pleasure to watch that.
That bordered on just weird fetish stuff. Watching that, seriously.
Oh, you thought it was weird fetish? No.
Well, no, because the guy goes to. Well, we'll talk
I thought it was
week.
right up there with a man, getting a manogram, if you know what I mean. It was about time men experienced some of the pain that us women go through.
Why?
There's the question for everybody to decide. Why?
Why?
Exactly.
All right, with that.
Well, we hope you're watching some of our regular guest interviews. We've had Dr. Keith Abloh. If he hasn't posted yet, he will be on the show, as well as a great interview with Anne-Marie McQueen a few weeks ago. And she has her book out now that we talked about, all about how to get educated on menopausal hormone replacement therapy, whether you need it, whether you don't. And actually, I think she's come up with like 12 different mindsets towards the use of it. And she is a journalist, so she has this unbiased approach to outlining it all out for everybody, trying to decide. So that book has come out, so you can look her up because she's on Substack or Hot Flash Inc. she goes by, so please look her up. And then, as always, check out our posts about Oramino water that we're drinking so that you can get all that healthy minerals into your body and get rid of the crap in your water.
It's not even the minerals. It's the way the minerals purify the water and change the charges.
Yeah.
Because we are electric beings.
We are.
Yes.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us. As always, stay BS free.
It's no secret that medicine is a bit, uptight. That's why Tim and I created BS Free MD, to mix things up a little and have fun in the process. Besides, we are having these exact same discussions all the time, so we thought we might as well invite everyone to the party. If you really like us, you can get plenty more, and maybe see one of Tim's cool tattoos on our Instagram or Facebook pages at BS Free MD. See you next time.
But we try to keep BS Free MD as raw and real as possible. We can't be held responsible for any medical decisions or discussions had as a result of what you've heard on the show. We know, bummer. But the truth is, we really do care about your questions. So feel free to reach out to us by email at doc@bsfreemd.com.